Zuzu's boo-boos. Welcome back to another fun video. Today we will learn about lots of dinosaurs. Let's begin. Brachiosaurus had long claws and feathers, living 125 million years ago as a plant eater. Cryolophosaurus, the frozen crested lizard, was discovered in Antarctica and lived 190 million years ago. Dracorex was a dome-headed plant eater with a name meaning Dragon King. It lived 70 million years ago. Eoraptor was one of the earliest dinosaurs, a small and fast hunter living 231 million years ago. Fukusaurus was a plant-eating dinosaur from Japan, living 120 million years ago. Gargoyleosaurus was an armored dinosaur covered in spikes, living 150 million years ago and eating plants. Herrerasaurus was one of the earliest dinosaurs, a fierce meat-eater, named after Victorino Herrera, and lived 231 million years ago. Iguanocolossus was a large plant-eater related to Iguanodon, living 120 million years ago. Jaxartosaurus had a crest on its head and lived 80 million years ago, munching on plants. Khan was a small predator whose name means ruler, living 75 million years ago. Leptoceratops was a small ceratopsian with a frill but no horns, living 66 million years ago. Maciocosaurus had strange forward-pointing teeth and was a small predator, living 70 million years ago. Nomingia was a bird-like dinosaur with a fan-shaped tail, living 70 million years ago. Uranosaurus had a sail on its back and lived 110 million years ago, eating plants. Panoplosaurus was an armored plant-eater, covered in heavy armor, living 75 million years ago. Cantosaurus was a small plant-eater discovered in Australia, living 110 million years ago. Rugops was a scavenger with a wrinkly face, living 95 million years ago. Shantungosaurus was one of the biggest plant-eating dinosaurs, a massive hadrosaurid living 70 million years ago. Therizinosaurus had claws over 3 feet long. A plant-eater from 70 million years ago. Ununlagia was a bird-like predator that may have glided, living 90 million years ago. Volcanodon was one of the earliest sauropods, living 200 million years ago and eating plants. Wananosaurus was one of the smallest plant-eaters, living 80 million years ago. Zixiosaurus was a small predator with large eyes, living 83 million years ago. Yinlong, meaning hidden dragon, was an early ceratopsian plant-eater, living 160 million years ago. Zichintyranus was a large predator, similar to T. rex, living 70 million years ago. Agilosaurus was an agile plant-eater that ran fast, living 170 million years ago. Bichiraptor was a small predator related to Velociraptor, living 90 million years ago. Corythosaurus had a crest that made sound, living 77 million years ago and eating plants. Dilophosaurus had 2 crests on its head and lived 193 million years ago as a predator. Elaphrosaurus was a light-footed predator, living 150 million years ago. Frutadens was the smallest dinosaur, weighing only 2 pounds. It lived 150 million years ago. Hypsilophodon was a small, fast plant-eater, living 125 million years ago. Ichthyovenator had a sail on its back and hunted for fish 125 million years ago. Gehylosaurus was a small plant-eater named after the Gihol biota, living 125 million years ago. Colindodromeus was one of the earliest feathered dinosaurs, living 160 million years ago and eating plants. Lesensaurus was a large plant-eater related to sauropods, living 200 million years ago. Megaraptor had giant claws and was a fierce predator, living 90 million years ago. Milkensaurus was a smaller sauropod with armor, living 85 million years ago. Orodromeus was a fast runner and plant-eater known for digging burrows, living 90 million years ago. Pentadraco was an early sauropodomorph plant-eater discovered in Wales, living 205 million years ago. Raptidon was a medium-sized plant-eater that lived 70 million years ago. Saltosaurus was one of the first armored sauropods discovered, living 70 million years ago. Telmatosaurus was an early duck-billed dinosaur, a small plant-eater that lived 70 million years ago. Udinoceratops was a hornless ceratopsian, one of the largest of its kind, living 85 million years ago. Woolgosaurus was a plant-eating dinosaur from China, living 85 million years ago. Xiangguanlong was an ancestor of T. rex with a long snout, living 125 million years ago. Albertosaurus was a fast predator, a smaller relative of T. rex, living 70 million years ago. Daspletosaurus was an apex predator, closely related to T. rex, and lived 75 million years ago. Diabloceratops had massive horns and was a plant-eater, living 79 million years ago. Minmi was an armored plant-eater with a low and flat body, living 100 million years ago. Suchomimus was a fish-eating dinosaur with a long snout like a crocodile, living 112 million years ago. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. New videos daily, so come back soon for more dino fun. Zuzu's boo-boos.